Shalom, shalom. We're the brothers of the Great Millstone. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen, that look like those heathen, and to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, we say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm and
Brother Asha.
Yeah, and we're just going to do this quick in-transit lesson on this video called Red Alert. U.S. Air Force insider just spilled the beans, all right? And so, you know, we're going to get that scripture when it says that the Lord, those who destroy the earth, the Lord's going to destroy those who destroy the earth. So without any further ado, we're going to play the testimony of this former Air Force officer and scientist who, she's going to break it down, but basically she set out to disprove the people who are always talking about the chemtrails and the damage that they're doing. And I'm looking at messed up trees right now, half dead trees, funny colors. It's not even August yet. You got leaves that look like it's October, November, fall colors. But I didn't need her science to tell me this. The vegetation, the food, and our bodies were telling us this. All right, but we're gonna. So let me bring it back up to where she is, and here we go.
Bioenvironmental engineer in the U.S. Air Force, and this is what she has to say. I want you guys to listen really quick. This is bombshell, what she's about to warn you of.
Kristen Megan, she's a military veteran, right?
Yes, I was in the U.S. Air Force for 9 years.
Wow. And you came out and blew the whistle on geoengineering, things that you witnessed were going on. Can you give us a real nutshell?
Absolutely. Basically, I have heard of what many people know as the term chemtrails. And I worked in a job called bioenvironmental engineering, and I thought that was insane. And why would we do something like that? Modify the weather by using hazardous materials in our atmosphere? So, and actually the process of trying to
that's an argument,
debunk it or just...
That's an argument that most so-called white people have when you present them the truth, because they think that they're these they think that their government and that their people are these upstanding Christians who really care about people and the environment and animals, and they don't. They absolutely do not care. Yep. Right? It's all about money and profit. Yep. Right? So they have a hard time. And so she wanted to disprove it and found out.
But I realized it was actually coming right out of my office, because I was one of the people that was approving the chemicals. And it really shook the core of my oath. And I did a lot of sampling, a lot of investigation, and I blew the whistle and I got out. And I've now used my credentials, my oath, and my powers for good to help people understand it's very real. It's now openly admitted. There are multiple forms of weather modification. I specifically found the one of stratospheric aerosol injection. And collectively around the globe, we have to understand that it is now being admitted because they're saying it's combating climate change. Well, the climate change we need to be worried about is man-made climate engineering, also known as geoengineering.
And when you say you had chemicals being pumped into the air, what kind of chemicals are they putting out that rain down on humanity, basically?
Nanoparticulate metals, like you had different sulfates and barium and strontium. I know it's probably changed over time. I know they use silver iodide for certain things, but these are the odd part of it was the quantities that I saw them coming in, the form that they were coming in, and it's the same type of materials that I was trying to engineer out of the workplace to substitute with safer materials. And when you notice that what's called a safety data sheet, the information about a chemical of what personal protective equipment to wear, how do you dispose of it, how do you pack it to ship it. When key information is missing, I ask questions, and my questions led to demonization, and I knew I found something I shouldn't have.
That's insane. So these metals are basically toxic for the humans, I would presume, or?
Yes, because it also has aluminum, and a lot of people will tell you, well, these things aren't horrible in small quantities. It's not small quantities, because when you are putting things above us, the dissipation rates are dependent on weather and climate, but it's getting into the food, it's getting into the soil. And around the world, these wastewater treatment plants, when it comes to pharmaceuticals, or these toxicants is what they're called, they are not able to filter them out. So if you're growing organic food, you know, we're going to go back to the plexiglass barriers on our plants. I mean, it's horrible. That's why you can ban it anywhere. We've had states in the United States ban it, and that is great to get the ball rolling. But people really need to wake up to it, irrespective of any political party. It's not okay. And you're seeing a huge increase in neurodegenerative issues like Alzheimer's. It's really difficult for people with respiratory issues and asthma. And people are wondering why they have allergies 24/7, 365.
And I like what you said about that climate change, or the change we have experienced in weather. Often we can't disconnect that from these geoengineering activities. Do you want to say something more about that? I mean, how do we feel that? Is there proof or so that is definitely coming from that?
Yes, there are places that openly admitted it. Remember Dubai? And then when people got upset, they retracted it, but the can was already opened. And the issue is, I know this sounds silly, but when you watch movies with time change, they say if you do something and something changes, it changes the ripple throughout time. If you are modifying the weather, you are messing with Mother Nature. And meteorology is a very, very thorough study. And I do know a lot of it because of my profession of plotting hazards. But it does not make sense when you are altering nature where things are not naturally supposed to occur. We have massive flooding in California, and we have a system called HARP that is in the United States. And the same people who demonized me 5-10 years ago are now going, wow, because they're finding it's openly admitted in all of our U.S. documents. The U.S. is absolutely not the only country doing it.
Wow, that's crazy.
And that's obvious because I've watched movies in foreign countries, and I see the same chemtrails in their skies. And I noticed watching a movie in a foreign country that their forests, their trees, had all the dead branches on them at the tops, same way that they're here in America. So this is a worldwide thing. I was trying to go back to catch her name, Kristen Megan. All right, so you know, scientist, former Air Force, you know, and then it came across her office, you know, and the chemicals. She was the one that was authorizing them because she was in charge of that. And come to find out, she's trying to disprove what they were calling conspiracy theorists. Well, once again, the conspiracy people are right, and the conspiracy deniers are wrong and liars. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna get this Revelation 11 and 18, and it reads, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, that thou shouldst give it, that thou shouldst give a reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldst destroy them that destroyeth the earth." All right, and so these people, this is connected to all sorts of illnesses. All right, and they were spraying very heavily during the time of, you know, of the C-19er, very heavily. So a lot of the people would have these, as she said, allergies 24/7.
Right.
Right. Your body is under duress, and a lot of these people would have these allergies, and then they would say those allergies was, you know, the C thing.
Right.
All right. So this man is a liar, man.
Right. The liar, and then, you know, and his whole mission is to disrupt everything that he can. You know what I mean? I'm gonna grab this Revelation 12 and 12 because this is what it's all about. Esau knows he's got a short time, so he's going to do everything he can to destroy everything around him. You know, that also goes over Revelation 6 and 5 to take peace from the earth by poisoning everything.
6 and 4.
So like it's 6 and 4.
I'll get it now that you said it.
Yeah. So this is Revelation 12 and 12, and this is Esau's agenda. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time." So his wrath is a combination. It's many-folds. It's this biological warfare. It's the poison of the food. It's the destruction of the Israelites. It's multifaceted. And, you know, this is what Esau is about. Total destruction, total annihilation. Even if he killed his own, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
This is what he's about.
We'll get some of their soldiers too.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? So you can't pretend that you're not aware of the things that have changed around you. You know, they talking about global warming. All this is a direct result of these chemtrails.
Exactly.
So go ahead, Elder. Yeah, they've been poisoning us for who knows how long. Prince came out with this song, you know, in 1999, whatever. It's a song talking about spraying the chemicals in the air. You know, kids toting machine guns, loosely, you know, going over prisoners.
That was Sign of the Times.
Sign of the Times.
Yeah, that whole album. Yeah.
Right.
He was signing and crying, and low key prophesying.
Right.
But this is Revelation 6:4, and it reads, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. As a matter of fact, I just saw breaking news that 4 missiles were intercepted. All right, I don't know the whole story yet, but all we know is that this shit is about to get cracking, man.
That's right.
Right, and the reason being is because Esau cannot make a move without being disposed. Benjamin Milkowski was here yesterday. Gave a speech just the other day, and basically insulted America and Americans, and demanded more weapons and more money so he can continue his genocide. And then he even used the same false, disingenuous lies, I'm just calling it what it is, about babies being killed and mass rapes and dismemberments, and all which already been debunked and proven to be lies, and he regurgitated them same lies. And you know, to get the clearly the movie soundtrack applause in the background.
Right.
You know, these people in Congress were applauding rape, rob, and murder in the stealing of land. All right, and like we said in the sit down last weekend, that man in particular has brought the whole Muslim world together, something that's never happened together. Never happened before, and Israel can't stand against them. As a matter of fact, Israel is going to be so unsafe to where Israeli citizens are starting to leave already. And so what happens when they get cut off with food supply, and you know, and they're being attacked from all sides, man? This is how you know that they aren't the people.
That's right.
Because you're not gonna, they're over there dying from cancer, from skin cancer.
Right.
And now they're unsafe because of all the wars. When Israel goes home, according to the prophecies in the Bible, there will be peace on earth and no more wars, no more weapons.
That's right.
All right? Let me grab one more. In 2 Timothy, about them, you know, lying and using false scientists.
Right.
False scientists and science.
Right.
To support their grievous agendas.
Right.
Sirach 10 and 8 real quick. But this is 1 Timothy 6 and 20, and it reads, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings of oppositions of science, falsely so called. So, you know, trust the science.
Trust the science.
No, you use pseudoscience. You lie about science. You don't use real science.
Right.
No one's coming against the science. What we're doing is we're pointing out the fact that you're using fabricated, false pseudoscience.
Yep.
All right? And this woman, you know, what was her name? Christine?
Megan or something like that.
Megan.
Yeah.
Don't expect Christine to be around too much longer. Because that's a heavy thing that you know that she did. You know.
Right.
What also brings to mind too that Esau, you know how his tongue keeps falling upon himself, and we keep telling you that the majority of the information that comes out that's condemning to Esau is coming from his very own women.
Yep, the tongue to fall on himself, that shameful spewing.
That shameful spewing upon his glory.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Go ahead and get that scripture, and I'll read one last one.
This is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom was translated from one people to another. Right,
so they get wealthy with riches gotten by deceit, ill-gotten gains, man. And then sometimes they actually harm people, right? You know, by putting out diseases and viruses and weakening of the immune system, bombarding people with metals. And like I said, we're driving along the highway, and I'm looking at leaves, yellow leaves, and it's not even August yet, it's July. You know, why they're yellowing and faded up leaves, you know, like as if it was November, October.
Right,
About to fall off the tree. All right? So this man, you know, he's no good, man. This is Job 27:15. I started 14 because it's just good.
Yeah.
It says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring should not be satisfied with bread. So while he's trying to unalive everybody else's children, the Lord is getting ready to unalive his.
Unalive him.
All right? This is in Job 27:15. And those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. His women are actually sick of him and glad he's going down, and they look forward to being handmaids and bed wenches and handmaids and servants. They look forward to that. Clearly,
they can't wait. You know what I mean? I got one right quick.
All right.
It goes right along with that. This is Sirach on Ecclesiasticus 14:5. It said, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good."
That's a perfect one to end it on.
Right.
Because he's not only is he's doing this to you know, harming Jake, but he's harming his own people, his own women, his own children, his own elderly.
Yeah.
Right? The animals. You know, Esau love a dog.
Right.
You know, dogs are walking around here fucked up with getting cysts on their bodies and all kind of weird shit happening to them. And they get it bad because they're low to the ground. So after the rain, when they're walking, you know, low to the ground, all the wet grass and stuff, you know. But that was, you know, you got the gist of it. So with that, we're going to give all praises, all glory, and honor unto Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash,
Kwam Yasharala, and Abba.